if other people's AIs are stealing my attention, can I have my own AI that is protecting my attention? That was my challenge for this weekend. So, this is Uncle Fu. Uncle Fu is an app that I built that basically allows me to stay focused on whatever it is that I intend to stay focused on. When I launch my Uncle Fu, it asks me, what is it that I'm going to do? And I can say coding. What's going to happen from now on is Uncle Fu lands in my menu bar over here, and it's going to keep watching what it is that I'm doing. So it takes screenshots of the Mac screen, and it also uses the camera to look whether I am in front of it. And then it processes it through a purely local LLM, and then tells me if I get off track. So first let's open my Z and have a look at the coding over here. Now Uncle Fu should generally be satisfied because that's what we're working on. Now, if instead I go to, let's say, YouTube and start listening to some Alan Watts, or maybe let's switch to this. This is me watching
coding, but just browsing files. You need to start the code.
There you go. So it caught the screenshot when I was just browsing the files, and it told me that I should go back to coding. And it's basically in this loop every 20, 30 seconds, depending on the speed of your machine, and it tries to catch that. So let's say I keep watching YouTube, and in a few seconds, it's going to get annoyed with me again.
You said coding. That is a YouTube video about Moore's Law.
You see, so it knows the screen, it understands the screen, and then in this funny sort of Chinese uncle, overprotective Chinese uncle language, it tries to scold me. Obviously, this persona of Uncle Fu is just something that I found fun, and like from the old kung fu movies, a character that sort of scolds you and keeps you in focus. But you can make whatever character you want and just give it a voice. I'm using Qwen 1.7b TTS, so you can sort of design your own voice and make it work with whatever voice if you want. I don't know, Darth Vader to scold you around when you're not focused, you can do that. If you want your grandma, you can do that. And obviously you can also adjust the prompting so the phrases work in your favor. Now the cool thing about this is that Uncle Fu also sees the camera, right? And so I can change focus and say, I want to, I don't know, meditate. And now it's going to focus on the camera and look at what's happening with the camera. So if I stay in front of my computer, even though I told it that I'm going to meditate, then Uncle Fu is going to be angry. So you can use that even for offline activities. If you want to stay off the screen, you just set Uncle Fu up, and he's going to be watching you while you meditate or practice your guitar or tune your piano, whatever it is that you want to do offline, which is quite fun.
You said meditate? This is a video about Moore's Law.
So Uncle Fu, as you can see, is quite annoyed. The coolest thing about this is that Uncle Fu runs completely locally. So I'll turn off the Wi-Fi just so that you can see. I'll show you my Mac specs. It's not through the roof at all. It's a fairly general machine, M4, only 24 gigs of RAM. But thanks to Gemma 4 model and Qwen, they can actually run fairly comfortably on this machine and do everything that I discussed. So Uncle Fu keeps running online or offline. Obviously, you should keep your charger on because it takes quite a lot of power. But if you're on the charge, it runs and it doesn't make the machine considerably slower.
Meditate, but you are watching Moore's Law video. Step away.
So there he is instructing me to step away from the computer. Thank you so much, Uncle Fu. So we're going to quit now. You can also check the debug to see exactly what's being captured. Everything is being stored in a local SQLite database. So you can then go ahead and run some fun analysis as well in terms of what it is that you've been up to over the course of the day when you keep Uncle Fu on. Uncle Fu is open source on GitHub, Move38 Studios, my company /Uncle Fu. And as long as you have an M3, M2, I think is going to be fine. A relatively recent OS and at least 24 GBs of RAM, I think you're actually going to be fine. On first run, obviously, it will request permissions, and you need to do your own build, but generally this is fine. And if people enjoy this a lot, then we can even probably package this as a proper app and sell it for a few bucks. But the big idea for me is, yes, you can have your own AI that will protect your attention, and it runs completely locally. It's offline. You're not paying any money, and more importantly, you're not sacrificing your privacy. So your own AI can protect you from other people's AIs who are trying to steal your attention. For now, this is a proof of concept, but I think it could show that we can be in control thanks to open source models that are being released by the giants, thanks to Hugging Face community and everybody else who is making sure that open source is available. And as long as we have decently powerful machines, we can actually counter the big guys. This was this weekend's experiment. Have fun.